recently, on the 6th of August, I was driving home after a service that I attended on the Feast of the Transfiguration, and I was completely overwhelmed. I've had quite a few conversations with people recently who have all told me about feeling overwhelmed, life, all sorts of different things, good and bad. I thought to myself, I'm overwhelmed. And on the Feast of the Transfiguration, so Peter, James and John had gone up the mountain with Jesus, and he had been transfigured before them. While he was praying, the appearance of his face changed. His clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. It was an extraordinary theophany, revelation of his divinity. But what struck me on the way home was the overwhelm. God is with us, hears us when we pray, hears us when we're overwhelmed in good times and bad, and is also sometimes the cause of our overwhelm. I felt some sympathy on the way as I was driving home. I was thinking about Peter, James and John and the journey down the mountain after Jesus had been transfigured. Their overwhelm. And it says there's different accounts. In Matthew and Mark, Jesus commands them not to tell anybody about what they had seen. In Luke, and it was Luke's gospel that was the gospel reading in this case, in Luke's gospel, and they kept silent, and in those days told no one any of the things they had seen. I'm not surprised. Sometimes when we're overwhelmed, it's easier just to say nothing, just to keep it all in your head. And it can be awful, and it can be wonderful depending on what you're overwhelmed by. But being overwhelmed is so common, isn't it? So on this occasion, this particular overwhelm that I felt, it was that God searches us, knows us, and tells us that his Son, Jesus Christ, is in all ages, is always with us, is with us in the overwhelm, actually. And the thing that really got me, the sort of awe, the debilitating terror that I felt, is that Jesus Christ is both our friend and God, all at the same time and for all time. Our friend and God. Jesus is our friend and he's God. This struck me so hard. I'd pull over, park the car for 5 minutes and wonder how I could take this on board. I've obviously believed it, but it really got to me on the way home. Jesus Christ is our friend and he's God, all at the same time. I had a sort of a feeling of, I don't know if it's right to say, empathy with Peter, James and John as they all walked down the mountain with Jesus together. I had this picture of quite an awkward silence as they walked down the mountain, scrambled down the mountain, aware that they'd just seen something terrifying and wonderful. Jesus is with us in good times and bad. He hears our prayers, is our friend, but he's also God. Wonderful, exciting, a little bit terrifying. If you'll excuse me for the awe that I felt. It's also connected with being a priest. Just the awareness of other people doing it much better than me. All of that, all bound into this particular overwhelm. And as I say, I've had conversations with quite a few people recently where they've all brought up this same thing. Nothing to do with me, no prompting, but just being a bit overwhelmed by life. So if that's you, I'm with you. I'm sorry. Pray for me and I'll pray for you. Life can be overwhelming, but God's with us. Hears our prayers, even as I said, sometimes he is the cause of the overwhelm. He's with us in all that does overwhelm us. God bless.